January 2009, 24-year-old CHRISTINA Raines becomes engaged to and moves in with suspected wife killer Drew Peterson. CHRISTINA musters up the courage to ask Drew what he believes happened to Stacey.
What would he say?
That she took $25,000 in cash and a couple bikinis and took off. And I knew better than that, though. All of her stuff was still there. Everything. I mean, her whole wardrobe, prescriptions, her cell phone, everything was there. When I was moving in, I asked him, "What are you gonna do with Stacey's clothes?" And he's like, "Well, you can have them." And I'm like, "Why would I want them? I have clothes. I'm trying to move into the closet, and I still, your wife's stuff is still here." So he ended up pushing it all the way back into the closet, and I moved my stuff in. In the beginning, I would say, what if Stacey comes back? I mean, all her clothes and stuff, everything was still there, I mean, the house is filled with pictures of her, the kids, and him, and he would just tell me not to worry about it because she will not be coming back.
When discussing the exhumation of third wife Kathleen Savio's remains for forensic analysis, Drew drops this shocker on CHRISTINA.
He would crack jokes like, I should have cremated her.
While Drew and CHRISTINA are living together, Drew meets another young woman at a bar near Chicago. Her name is NICOLE SPEAKMAN. Mere months after NICOLE SPEAKMAN meets Drew Peterson, prosecutors have gathered enough evidence to charge the former cop with the murder of his third wife, Kathleen Savio.
When he did get arrested, he didn't think it was going to stick. I really genuinely felt bad. I didn't think he was guilty.
The Bolingbrook, Illinois ex-cop is found guilty and later sentenced to 38 years in prison. Unlike NICOLE, CHRISTINA has been convinced of Drew's guilt for some time, and only now is she ready to reveal the horrible knowledge she's kept bottled inside her for more than a decade. According to CHRISTINA, Stacey was aware that Drew had killed Kathleen, and that knowledge is what doomed her.
The night Kathleen was found, Stacey was his alibi for that night.
So he admitted to you that he had killed Kathleen Savio and that Stacey was his alibi?
Yeah. It was a lot to take in. Stacey was pretty much trying to hold that over his head and tell on him.
Stacey and Drew were reportedly in the midst of bitter discussions about a divorce.
He tried to reason with her, and she was not having it. And it wasn't going to work.
So what did he do when he realized it wasn't going to work?
He got rid of her. Put her in a chokehold. He actually tried to show me the trick how to snap someone's neck within seconds.
And that's what he did to Stacey?
That's exactly what he did to her.
Investigators believe Drew then placed Stacey's body in a blue barrel and dumped it at a location known only to Drew.
He drove about 2.5 hours away from where he lived.
If true, Stacey's remains could be located anywhere within an area of tens of thousands of square miles. Extensive searches have been made by law enforcement and all available leads have been followed, but to no avail. In 2016, Drew Peterson is found guilty of plotting to hire a hitman from prison to murder his prosecutor, County State's Attorney James Glasgow. He is given an additional 40 years on top of the 38 years he is already serving for killing ex-wife Kathleen Savio.
I would just like people to know that I don't have anything to do with him. I don't talk to him. I 100% think that he is where he should be for what he done. I believe that Drew should spend his life behind bars. He took 2 mothers away from their children.
Both CHRISTINA and NICOLE have finally found the strength to break free of Drew Peterson's spell. But years of manipulation and control can take a while to undo. Where are CHRISTINA and NICOLE today? And will the wreckage that Drew left in his wake be permanent?
What is next in my life is I'm just trying to be a good mother and raise my kids. I have a toddler and a 14-year-old. They're my main focus right now, is raising them and taking care of my kids and just focusing on my life and being positive and, you know, helping with whatever I can with anybody, with anything. I really just don't have time to focus on negativity or Drew or any of that. And I try not to. That's behind me. Everything about that's behind me.
There has been at least one positive outcome from her experience, however.
I had a few girls reach out to me on Facebook, and they were asking me for advice. There was one girl in particular that I spoke with quite a bit. She had a child and was with someone, and it was pretty serious, and he was very abusive to her, and she wanted, you know, to talk to me, and I kept in touch with her for a while. And her story really broke my heart. And she said that everything I said to her and my conversations with her really helped. So if that helped at least one person get, you know, the help that they needed and out of an abusive relationship, then it was worth it to me.
You know, me being with him had, you know, really took a toll. Not only me, but my dad, who I put my dad through. My sister through.
I wasn't worried about it.
You know, it was,
I already knew what he was about. So.
you know, it affected my job.
This is what it did to her. I lived through a lot worse than that, believe me. But it's what he did to her, psychology, mentally, you see what I'm saying? Play games, you know? Like you do with all the rest. I can't play games no more.